Hello, everyone. Good evening or good morning, depends where you're from. I've missed you all because, of course, I was ill last week. So last minute, we had to cancel the show. But I'm back on track, back to being here. So sorry if you missed me. And, of course, the whole talk show. But even more fun because today we're going to have a great show. And next week, we're going to have another show. So 2 weeks after each other. So today, what we're gonna talk about is the main subject is NFTs for gaming and play to earn. Obviously, we have talked a little bit about it already, as well about blockchain gaming, but this is a little bit different. So I'm very excited to hear more later on. Later, we have lessons learned from an early adapter in the blockchain gaming space and the future of NFT gaming. And the game section of the day is Metafighter. So I can't do this alone because I would love to do that, but maybe not because it's more fun to have more people around. So I'm gonna welcome our two guests, Andreas and Serkan. Welcome. Let me see if you guys.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey
Marcella.
everyone. Hey Marcella. Thanks for the invitation.
Hello. So
Hey.
I'm gonna do a little introduction about you guys. So Andreas, and sorry if I butcher your names, Andreas Graf Buchheim. Do I say Graf or Graf or
Your graph is fine.
Graf? Okay.
It's a difficult name, so don't worry about it.
In Dutch,
Most people get it wrong.
we say Graf, but okay. CFA of Metafighter is a blockchain. I'm not going to say that word. Just a person who really loves it. Early cryptocurrency adapter and investor in blockchain-based startups. He's a business consultant for startups and small companies with several years in corporate banking, consulting, and M&A. Then we have Serkan Duman. I hope I say that correct. CEO of Metafighter is a blockchain and cryptocurrency, enthusiast. That's the word I want to say. Advising and the blockchain startups. He's an entrepreneur, a senior project lead and specialist for early investments with experience in understanding technical and economics relations. So a lot of words. Definitely want to know more. So I kind of like to know, how did you guys came into the whole gaming industry? Let's start with Andreas.
All right. I think my story is funnier than Serkan's anyway, so let's start. For me, it started already as a child. So with the age of 6 or 7, I had friends who had a Game Boy. So I'm myself 37. So it was still the Game Boy times. Unfortunately, my super strict parents, they did not allow us, my brother and myself, to buy stuff like it. So what we did is we secretly went to the bank and got money from our bank accounts at the age of 6 and 8. I don't know how we managed to do it, but somehow we did it. And we bought a nice Super Nintendo, have hidden it in the basement and secretly played until our parents found out. And that was basically how it all started for me.
How long did it take that they found you guys playing?
Well, it was not so long, about a week. We did a big mistake. We invited a friend over. Yeah. He got jealous and he snitched on us.
No way! Yeah, that's not a friend.
It was a friend, not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just kept going. In my high school times, I started to play Counter-Strike. I got one of the first Counter-Strike keys from the CD-ROM that was ever sold. Like in 1999, I think I have a Half-Life and a Counter-Strike key. And I'm a quite easy person when it comes to gaming. I have like 4 games that I love, and I play them since 20 years. So
and that is?
Counter-Strike was one of it.
Yeah.
With the Nintendo, a lot of Mario and also Street Fighter, like the arcade fighting games. And as we talked before, Diablo is one of my favorites as well. But I used to bot, so I'm not a good example for a Diablo player. I used to earn my money during university with running several bots in Diablo 2, selling the stuff on eBay. that's something we can talk later when it comes to NFT.
Yeah, and
because it's a good example.
Are you gonna be playing the new Diablo?
I will for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, at the moment, there's not much time. I would love to play some Counter-Strike, some Diablo from time to time, also some old school games, but it is busy.
Yep.
And something has to fall short at the moment. It's unfortunately gaming. Still looking forward to all those new amazing games that are going to come out in 2023.
Okay, well, perfect. I mean, it's a really fun way how you got into gaming. I really like it. Now we're going to listen to Serkan telling us a very boring story, or...
Yeah, I mean, my journey to the gaming world itself was not so excited as it was for Andreas. So I grew up here in the time where arcade halls was the place to play the games actually.
Yeah.
So without having a Game Boy, etc. And there was some special moments where I was catched by, especially in fighting games. I mean, obviously, fighting games are my most favorite games. As I was a little boy, I was in arcade halls, and you need to put these coins in the machines, to play the games, and you're running out of coins, as a boy, and just begging your parents to get some more money and to play the games. And that was, some moments in my life. Also, I mean, I still remember this picture, to watching other people playing while you enjoying it, but you want to play itself, and once in the years afterwards, the devices came out, where you can play also different games. I was so addicted, and that was actually how my journey started, in the gaming world. And I was addicted to, I mean, every fighting game almost, any popular like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
And out of this motivation came also the background was my Czech experience. So I'm usually come from Czech, also having some for a couple of years some game development experience, and out of this reason, combined with everything, the motivation, the knowledge which I have gathered over the years, we came up with Metafighter.
Okay.
So, and I can call Metafighter as the first, the real passion company which I ever had, built. So
that's great. That's perfect. I mean, it fits your journey to this all. But yeah, like we were already talking a little bit about. So tell us about the journey to Metafighter. Like, of course, you said the whole fighting stuff, and you always loved it. But how did you got getting this company all together?
So the journey with Metafighter started actually 2 years ago. And I started to build, to make it a little bit funny, started a funny project at myself, and then saw, okay, there's actually a great opportunity in the blockchain space where, you can easily enter a really fresh market, where also, I was also in the crypto space since actually 2014 and really rushed in 2017. And had many experience in that space. So it was a good combination to start with something new and also combined with my passion. And as I said, I mean, arcade fighting games are my most, favorite chosen one. So I went with that, have built up the team. Andreas was one of the core members. And I mean, we have built until then a whole ecosystem with Metafighter. We have a playable demo, we have multiplayer functionalities, NFT assets, in-game marketplace, plus our rewarding system for our players. And also we're gonna expect our full game release in the summer.
Okay,
so
nice.
It was a quite tough journey because everything what is related to crypto and blockchain gaming, comes along with the crypto cycles, with the crypto hypes, bull market and bear markets, to gather more interest, when it comes to building a player base. But that's something what we can go more into deep later on if you want.
Okay. And with you, Andres, how did you get started with Metafighter?
Well, yeah, as Serkan said, I'm one of the core members. So we actually met in context of Metafighter. And also we just met in person for the first time last year. So it's like we know each other for 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And as it is with a good founder team, you need different skill sets. You need different perspectives to really be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Serkan and myself, we complement each other very well. So I've a deep finance background with also a lot of companies advised in my past, small ones, big ones, mid-tier ones. Serkan, as he outlined, he's much more tech focused.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we share this same passion. We share the passion for those old school games, those arcade games. And we both saw that there's quite some potential for those games in the blockchain market.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we kind of teamed up, and that's how we got together. And as he said, the journey was not always easy. Quite the opposite, to be fair. Super tough.
Mm-hmm.
And long nights, you can imagine. Probably we all know that long nights, all-nighters, little sleep, much stress, much pressure.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what shaped us, and that's what brought us closer together, and that's why we sit here together today.
Nice. And yeah, for everyone, we just had a little chat before the live stream, and also for the people who are listening. So we were talking about people sometimes only see the success, but they don't see the journey to it. So before you think, oh, this person is, I don't know, like having a big house or a big car, or like the company's like earning a lot of money, do know that most of the time they've worked a lot of hours and barely sleeping and worked really hard to get there. And the thing, it's never goes like totally directly up. That never happens. It goes up. You'd be like, all right, this is great. And then it goes down massively. And then the whole key is, we talked about this as well, is keep on going. Because too many people just give up. And that's the moment where, you know, the success will not happen. So to be successful or to do well with a company, the most important thing is just to keep on going, even when it goes down. Of course, you have to know when it's a lose. Like, you can't always keep on going, but maybe you have to, you know, change some bits and pieces. And I think that's the most, you know, you said it, barely sleep, you know, no eating, just working. But otherwise, this will not be successful. So you have to keep on going. So that's really good. Also, Serkan, could you move a bit closer to the camera? Because you're almost like floating together with Metafighter.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm just into Metafighter.
He's like slowly just disappearing, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and let me see. So we will be talking about NFT games and the play to earn model. So we would like to know, what is your all-time favorite NFT game till now, and of course aside from your own, because that's too easy.
Well, that's a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, we don't have much time for games in general, so I did not play so many blockchain games yet.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, we have a lot of partnerships. So rather than name a game now, we have a lot of partnerships where we work together, where we try to also bring content into our own game, where we leverage each other's communities. And I think that's one of our strengths from Metafighter. But yeah, me personally, to be honest, I did not play that many blockchain games yet, other than Metafighter.
That's okay.
Do you have one, Marcella?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No. Well, I have to say, I've got to know a lot of new games, all coming out in the whole blockchain world and such, and NFT a little bit, as well. So there's a lot of ones on my list that I have to try. Some are more my thing, some are less, but that's normal because there's so many games and it's never ever always for everyone. But yeah, I'm always curious about the whole new generation into gaming. And Serkan, do you have any favorites that you played, or also having the same story as Andreas?
I played a couple of games. I mean, obviously, X Infinity is one of them. I didn't really much like that. but it's a great game. I also played Alien Worlds, Splinterlands. So especially Splinterlands was really cool. And yes, I mean, as Andreas said, we also partnered up with a lot of different games to also check their way to build up crypto games, to also identify maybe new business opportunities, because you will not always be good as you would like to be good, if you close your eyes, and don't look outside of your box and check out other companies.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why we have really a big range of partnerships with different games. And I see the crypto space a little bit more just like a big family, where you can support each other with different projects, together, and learn from each other. So that is the reason why we don't look at those games as competition.
Yeah.
And there's really great stuff and really good, cool business ideas outside, really different game modes. And I think with Metafighter, what we have is a unique standing. And because there's no other game like Metafighter having a fighting game, actually. So and we are in this space unique so far.
Okay.
And I would like to love to see other different fighting games and partner with them up.
Yeah.
To learn from them. But there's a cool mix, actually.
Perfect. Well,
If I may add, what Serkan already outlined is actually true, and maybe sounds surprising for some people, especially the ones who are not so much inside the crypto space. It is not a winner takes it all market.
No.
That is super important. That's why you can, in fact, have good partnerships with other games, because you're not cannibalizing each other. And since it's a super new space, it's a super new market, it's a disruptive and growing market, you need to be adaptive, you need to be agile, and you need to learn from mistakes. And if you only learn from your own mistakes, you're not agile, you're not quick enough. So a lot of our partnerships are partnerships to the inside, which means we are talking to them, exchanging experiences and stuff. Because what happens all the time in the crypto space, what do you read in newspapers, on apps? It's like stuff got hacked, people losing money.
Negative stuff.
Stuff is too complicated, stuff is too slow. And those are facts. It's not like there's only focus on the negatives in the crypto space. No, those are facts. But if you want to get better, you need to learn.
Yeah.
And if you can learn from other mistakes as well, that gives you a cutting edge advantage, in our opinion.
Yeah, well, 100%. And I think this is with all the different work things that people are doing. It's always something you have to learn from other mistakes, your own mistakes. And with you guys, it's less competition because it's quite new. So it's like really a learning process at that moment. So let's talk about the subject one, because the NFTs for gaming and play to earn. For the people who don't know, an NFT is a digital asset that can be in the form of an in-game asset. Owning a game NFT gives you full ownership over that specific item. You can earn them by playing a blockchain or NFT game, or you can just buy them, sell them, or exchange them. Later sell them for digital currencies, and in some cases for some money. For the people who are new to Web3 gaming, could you please explain what is play to earn and how does it work for you guys?
Yeah, so maybe I start, Serkan, and if I get stuck, you jump in. Play to earn and NFT gaming is usually, or in many cases, used as synonyms, but it's in fact two different things. But why is it used as synonyms? Because it goes together like a horse and carriage, basically. One needs the other and the other way around. So maybe we start with NFT because it's, I think, the more important component.
Yeah.
And as you already outlined, NFT is an ownership that is written down on a blockchain. Like if you buy a house, then your ownership is written down in any public ledger in your home country or something. So an NFT gives you the full ownership and like the full access to a certain asset. if we talk NFT games, then you can imagine an NFT as if you would create in Diablo, for example, a wizard. You create your own character, and then you basically have access to this character if you log in. If we talk NFT games, then you don't have just access to this character itself, but you have the ownership of the character written down on the blockchain. So it's basically it improves your situation. If you have your account in Diablo shut down, your character's gone.
Yeah.
But your NFT, it can't be taken away.
It
everyone sees the ownership, everyone knows the ownership.
Okay.
So this is the basics around NFT. And this is for some. Sorry if you want to.
No. Keep on going. By the way, they don't see me. They only hear me. So that's why they sometimes can't see my face. So, yeah.
So, and this is something that that is a big advantage. You don't need an NFT ownership in every game, but in some games you do.
Yeah.
So this is the first component. You have an NFT ownership over, let's say, if we talk Metafighter, it's a fighting game like comparable to a Street Fighter 2 game. Your fighter, the specific fighter you have, the skills that he's able to do, the skins that he has, the level that you leveled him up to, it is all combined, saved, and owned by you, documented on a blockchain.
Okay.
And the second component is the play to earn. The play to earn is basically what you get is what you see. On the opposite, compared to a lot of games, the idea is you play, you have fun, and you get a reward. Not the old school way, you play, you have fun, you have to pay, but exactly the other way around. So imagine it as an incentive for people to play the game. And the extent it can have, we saw, for example, at an XI Infinity, where millions of people, I think the peak was more than 2 million of people, they played the game with the result that a lot of the players actually were able to earn and cover the fixed cost just by playing a game. And it's a nice component, but it's not just an upside. It's not just an advantage. It can also be a downside. And I think this is a super important topic that we're probably covering later today. But yeah, for the start, those are the two components, play to earn and NFT. And if you combine it, then you have like the NFT play to earn games. And why is it linked together? Because usually to be able to earn, in a second step, you need in a first step own an NFT. That's how it links together.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can add, Serkan, or be like, wow, that was literally everything?
Yeah, I mean, Andreas already pretty much covered the most important sense of what's behind this namings is. So I think, I mean, to underline that, one biggest advantage is the decentralization, you know, of your in-game assets, actually, you know, which is revolutionary when we look back how the gaming industry has been, you know, developed so far. And I think that it's one really big plus, you know, and also the earning part, which the actual purpose of play to earn is, I mean, entertain people, of course, with the gameplay, and also the possibility to making money. You know, and in the reality, when we look at, you know, the crypto space, the mass adoption hasn't been done so far. I think due to the lack of education and technical difficulties, which still shows us that we in a really early stage when it comes to you know, bringing a lot of players, or bringing a lot of Web 2 players into Web 3. It's a big challenge, but the advantages are there, and many bigger companies are aware about that. I think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, that we see, also this part, also the education part, which is super important, where we also made a lot of thoughts internally to how we can actually convert Web2 gamers into Web3 is super important. And that is something what we already trying to figure out what the best way is.
Yeah, well, it makes sense that it will take some time, because if we think about back in the days that we, had to call in for internet and you had like barely anything, and so many years later we're here. So technology goes so fast. Like when we're old, then we're like, wow, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Because things are going so quickly. I mean, I can't imagine like the moment that my mom had to say, okay, you can only have like 30 minutes of internet, but otherwise we can't use the telephone. Like, what? Yeah, so it's so weird. And I mean, there was still...
This was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean, not a long time, actually.
They were even talking about... there's like internet. Internet will be something that you can search for things. And people like, well, why do we need that? We have a paper. So that's all we need. So it's funny how that has developed like in very short time, if you imagine. So this is going to be something that needs some time, but it will happen too, obviously. So
exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking at the time. So let me see. So what problems do the use of NFTs solve for games? But also directly, what are the problems with it? Because you want to say that, Andreas, and I'm not sure if we go into that later. So it would lovely if you can tell us about that.
Yeah, maybe I just start here again with a little war story of my childhood, where I saw the potential or the problem solving that NFTs could bring was also in my Diablo 2 times. I played a lot back then, and I had very, very precious accounts. So every character, high level, super items. And what happened at one time, there was like this big ban wave, and basically every account was banned. And so my super expensive accounts really, I could have sold them for a lot. They were just all banned. And everything I've, let's say, worked for, or at least played for, it was gone. And yes, of course, I had a lot of fun playing for that.
But it's terrible. It's terrible.
And that cannot happen. That cannot happen, at least in the same manner than it used to be. And it created a lot of anger among the players against Blizzard back at the time. And then what turned out as the lesson learned, as the conclusion was, guys, you are not the owner of those items. You have just the right to use them. And this is something that NFTs can change, because you are in fact not just the guy who is, or the person who is allowed to use them, but also the owner.
Yeah.
And for, let's say, for people who play World of Warcraft, also Diablo 2, all those games, and are willing to pay 4-5 digit numbers for their items, or farm for hours and hours and days, it feels much better if you are in fact then the owner of that special sword, of that special armor, or whatever.
Yeah, it feels less as a waste.
Yeah. And same happened later with Diablo 3. I had a lot of high value items, and all of a sudden a patch was coming in, and the items were basically useless. So it was the same over and over again, and then you start to think, so am I doing something wrong? Am I thinking it wrong? And then all of a sudden those NFT things came up, and the NFT hype didn't start with gaming. In fact, the use cases are manifold. But I would say like a few months after the NFT hype in general came, it started to jump over to the gaming market, because people realized, hey, look, there's a way that I'm in fact owning the skin of my Counter-Strike weapon, the armor of my Diablo 2 character, Diablo 3 character, whatever, or the sword of my World of Warcraft hero. And that's how the whole market evolved. And that's how this big 2022 hype came in that I would love to talk about later on, because it's an important topic.
Well, we have 30 more minutes, so let's see how far we can get. It goes quite quick, I can tell you, because I have not even asked you all the things yet. So I'm going quickly a little bit deeper into the subject. So what influence does play to earn and NFTs have it on traditional gaming? So what influence does it have on the traditional gaming? Will it change the traditional games that are there now? Will they change to some NFT stuff or blockchain or?
Well, it's hard to say. I will be fully transparent there. I'm not able, or I would not claim to be able to predict any future with regard to the question. What I think, my personal opinion, is that there will be enough space for both, for like, let's call it the Web 2 games and the Web 3 games. I've read a lot about this topic because the question is very interesting. It's a very good question, Marcella. And I saw some big development studios talking positively about especially NFTs, also trying to adapt them, trying to create, how do you say, specifies teams that try to figure out ways how to implement NFTs in their traditional games or in their future games. Also, other studios say it's bullshit. So sorry for the expression. It's dumb.
Yeah.
And I mean, we will figure out what it will be in the end. But my personal prediction would be there's enough space for both. The gaming market is a very huge one. The growth, the estimated CAGRs, the growth rates year over year are in the 2-digit number. And I would be surprised if one of each fully disappears.
Yeah.
But what will be the share? How will they flow together, get together? It's hard to say. What I can say right now, play to earn in NFT games at the moment, they have a very hard phase a hard time period to face.
Yeah.
But it's not always a bad thing. That's a good thing. It can be a good thing because it helps the stuff that is really evolutionary or really adds value to grow, whereby all the other stuff that is just there out of a hype to disappear. And let's see what the future is bringing. But I think there's enough space for traditional games, and it will, to be fair, I think most Web3 games developed by independent studios, which is a cool thing because it has so much creative elements and stuff, but it's hard to tackle a big tech company like a Blizzard.
Yeah, of course.
And so on, like an Ubisoft. So this is not something I would claim that
just
I say, okay,
get your own space in the gaming industry. And quickly in the chat, if there's anyone with a question, because we of course have always community questions going on. So if you have anything that you would like to know, please ask. I also quickly saw that there is a Mortimer who said fighters at the beginning, and he also said he's a hardcore seasonal Diablo 3 world rank. So it's really fun to see that we have some Diablo people in here. While we're not talking about Diablo more, but it's something we both like, and also as well the people in here. Well, you guys can check in the chat if you want to say something. I do continue because the times are going, and we can talk probably for a couple hours instead of 1 hour, but we also have to play the game later. So subject 2 is lessons learned from an early adapter in the blockchain gaming space. Metafighter being an early adapter of play to earn and NFTs, we would like to know the lessons you have learned in the journey so far. So what have you learned in good and bad times about this whole experience?
Yeah, I can take over the spot, Andreas. I like this question, really great question, Marcella. So that is super important also for us. We made a lot of thoughts what we have done so far with Metafighter and what have we learned. And since the crypto gaming industry is, kind of still a playground and has not reached mass adoption, just like AAA games, there are still a lot of missings in this section. When we look at the crypto space, there are ton of play-to-earn games. I think last time I checked, over 2,000 games.
Okay.
They're more likely indie game studios,
Yeah.
just like we are, and trying to fight for market shares in the crypto space, which significantly goes down after the last bull market.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when it comes, have you ever heard from your family and friends that people are playing crypto games? You always hear, playing AAA games.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, I think also, as Andreas has mentioned before, is that the crypto industry itself, is super volatile. Has often negative headlines in the news with scams, with frauds. So the traditional player, don't want to be afraid actually getting hacked while playing, instead of pressing any button on any device to just start playing. And that is something what we also see as a big challenge when it comes to promote play-to-earn games. And I would say, in a nutshell, that security and education have a big role when it comes to building a big player base.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to a big player base, that's actually our main target as a game studio to make our game success. We need a big player base.
Yeah.
And in the last, 24 months, in the last 2 years, we saw an increase of a player base in the Web2 space because it was new, fresh, decentralized NFTs, use cases, and rewards, and which was in a hype cycle. But along with the market direction in crypto, there is a direct effect to the player base in crypto games, which we also, felt actually. And it's not like independently what the economy is doing and the AAA game studios or the Web2 players doing. They're still, playing the game. Even in the COVID time, there was more player.
Of course,
at home,
yeah.
And we see that a direct correlation to that as a blockchain game studio.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual main lesson for us was to thinking that it's enough to have a great game, which has a fun gameplay, and we will reach somehow with our gameplay a mass adoption, at least in the crypto space. And when we just, for example, just to getting some thought back about our research afterwards, what we have learned, and we made some researches, and we figure out some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't know, maybe Alien World. Alien World has around 200K daily users. It's one of the biggest crypto games actually currently, compared to Roblox, for example, which has over 20 million users per day. So you see the difference. And also Splinterlands, for example, has recently just read over 100K users, and Minecraft has over 10 million. So just to managing expectations properly, where we stand currently in the crypto space when it comes to play-to-earn games. And at the end, we think the transition from as a game studio should be the first thing should be to conquer Web2 gamers in order to bring them into Web3.
Yeah,
that is our biggest learning. And we actually started when we have built Metafighter. The baseline of Metafighter has been built independently of any blockchain asset. So it's the core game itself can be played without any NFT, any tokens. So you can just play for fun. And we thought in the beginning, okay, we need to make it independent because we need to be flexible. And that is the biggest problem what many crypto games are facing currently is they cannot be independent because the entire game ecosystem is glued to the blockchain assets. And out of this reason, we decided to change our business strategy and go first big Web2, and we also started to build our mobile game, and we want to promote the game itself.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there will be also a funnel where we try to educate Web2 people in order to bring them, hey, would you like to buy an NFT? You can, join a big special tournament where you get rewards. Don't worry, you don't need any wallets or MetaMask or like that to manage your assets on a blockchain. We're gonna take over that for you. If you wanna learn more, if you wanna cash out, here's some educational stuff which you can go through and let us know if you have some questions. That will be the funnel what we are going to do is, and to ramp it up. So the main learning is actually blindly in a bull market to think if you have a good game in Web3, you're gonna make it. So that is not true. And that is the entire story of our learning, actually, from the last couple of months.
Okay, yep. So you learned the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. The hard way is in most cases the best way.
Yeah. You got anything to add to that, Andreas?
Well, he was not even talking about all the economic lessons that we learned. A big difference in the crypto market is with the hype that comes that certain services cost like 10 times as much in a hype market.
Yeah.
And well, it is for us. I mean, it's not my first company. So I also have another one, but still the lessons that I learned here are so many more. Because you see how much you can invest on the wrong ends, and I think we got a lot out of this. So looking back, I think we can be proud of where the game stands. We are still ahead of our roadmap. That's a very rare thing in every company, that you are
100%.
actually faster than we are still in budget, which is also a very, very rare thing.
Yep.
At least from my experience. But are there things that I would have done differently looking back? Absolutely. And they go from underestimating efforts, like Serkan said, underestimating the time and money invest that is necessary to really build up a player base to like so much more stuff.
Yeah. Well, but of course it's good that you said like, okay, I would have done things different, but the other way around, you have learned so much about it and you will not do that wrong, hopefully, again. So it's always like this double feeling like, I wish I've done it different, but then you might stumble up to something else. So it's a learning process, and that's good. And I do see a question in the chat from Steve. He said, do you see problems in keeping the game value of NFT items consistent over game updates / balancing? So that's the question for you.
The question is,
do you see any problems in keeping the value? Yeah, because like if there's an update or anything.
That's a big challenge. Like in every game, balancing it out is a big challenge in general. And when the whole game has a payout component, like a play to earn component, people would be even less accepting bad updates, bad changes. So that's something we will put a special emphasis on. And in the end, since the correlation to the market, like the value of an NFT depends also on the value of the token, which also depends or correlates with the market and so many things. Absolute stability is something that is impossible to achieve.
Yeah.
But the question is very good, because it is in fact what I said before. How do you make sure that there are no changes, patches, updates that change the value of your NFT drastically? So, we will put a special focus on it. We do a lot of testing, and what I think helps us very well is that our active community is very close to us.
Yeah.
So we have the big advantage that we can make lean, easy game tests and get direct and fast feedback. And this is, I would say, something that will help us to avoid such situations where all of a sudden a change impacts the whole game experience drastically.
Yeah. I do have one quick question. Then we really have to go into the gameplay. So I already said it kind of, because the subject 3 was the future of NFT gaming. What will the future of NFT gaming look like? Well, we already kind of talked about it because we said it will probably grow fast, and it's still at the beginning of big times coming. But maybe you got anything to add, or be like, no, I think that's good. We can play.
How much time do I have, Marcella?
1 second.
Okay. No, actually, this is for me the most important question, definitely, because there has a lot to happen in the play to earn market. I mean, we got this huge hype in 2022. For those who follow the crypto space, they remember what happened basically from a fundraise point of view. Every project got funded with thousands and millions of dollars, and the result were a lot of games. They were just horrible. Yeah. A lot of projects that just disappeared, and it left this Wild West bitter taste, especially on the lips of the investors. And that's the play to earn market. It has 3 big problems, and if he is not managing to solve those problems, it is hard to say what future it will actually have. And I mean, the first one, let's be fair about this, most NFT games are not fun to play. They are horrible. They're horrible to play. And for us, Marcella, you and me, we are really gamers. We are passionate about games. So
that's why I want to play the game. So tell your thing. I want to play.
A game must be fun. A game must be fun. And you should play a game because it's fun, not because you get tokens as a reward.
Yeah.
And as long as and that's why so many play to earn games die at the moment. Yeah. Because they're just no fun. And if you get less rewards every time because the value of the rewards is decreasing, you just say, okay, I'm out of here. And then the death spiral continues until those projects are gone.
But
next,
I do gonna cut you off because I do really want to show Metafighter, because you guys are here for, of course, showing the game, and I am very excited to test out the game.
Let's do it.
I know for sure you guys probably have to come back because I think there's enough to talk about. So I am switching to the camera and the game and me. So Serkan, you can chill a little bit. We don't see you.
Well, enjoying the match.
Yeah. Okay. So I can go to different stages. But you kind of already told me Japan. That's a good one to go for. There's also winter here. What else? Dream. I already saw as well. Oh no. And what else is showing? City. But we're gonna click Japan, I heard. And I already. Oh, are you guys there? Yeah, you guys exactly. There. Europe.
I quickly gotta finish loading, and maybe Serkan can help you to set it up properly.
Okay. I'm gonna click enter, and I had to do the PvP free to play, if I'm correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna click that. Start game, and then I am able to. So there are basics and there are NFTs. So the moment you have a character, you can click on NFT, and then there is your character that you bought, right?
Exactly, and the character is starting from a baseline, so from a level 1, so you can level up, you can gather experience points, you can participate in tournaments, you can wager your tokens, your NFTs to get rewarded actually. So you can get the full package with your own NFT. But if you just would like to play on a couch with your friends, just go for the basic characters without NFT, and you can choose any character you want. Just a tip.
Whoa, she looks cool.
Yeah, don't choose Fang.
Fang?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like Kira. Yeah. I really like her picture as well. But Elandra looks really cool too. Hey, Pogo reminds me.
Go with Fang or Volkop, just to give you a secret. So those are currently the most strongest one.
Who?
Fang or Volkov.
Fang or Volkov. Ooh, But Kira and Elantra, are they not so good now?
Kira is added recently, just a new fighter, so it's still in development. But if you would like to test it, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you would like to kick Andreas' ass, I would go for Fang and Volkov.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a Volkov then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I
Back
click ready.
Yeah. All right. Did we both select the same regional server?
Europe.
Okay, then it should work. Maybe Serkan, you can also load in the background as a backup, because my laptop that I currently sit on, he already gives me the feeling that it
It's
has
not
a long
enjoying.
day behind.
So by the way, everyone, I'm just playing this on the website. It's like a demo version of the game, if I'm correct. So that's why I could just play it, and it's like I'm capturing now from a screen. That's why I'm looking at my left screen, because on the right screen the men are there. The first middle screen, my OBS. So left screen playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an alpha version. By the way, I already clicked on start or on player search.
Mm-hmm.
In case you did the same. And then we should be ready to go.
Yeah, it's like waiting for someone.
There you go.
No. I just joined. Maybe just rejoin Andreas. Just joined at the same time. So we're playing together, actually.
Oh, do you have to go back?
No. I just joined, as Andreas said, and Andreas also joined. So the matchmaking has chosen
You too.
us together, and you're still waiting in the lobby.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, Andreas, go for it. I just leave it here. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Volkov looks so easy Russian. Are there backstories, by the way? Are there backstories of the characters? Are there going to be like a short story about them, or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the idea was, to have fighters from every time, from the past, from the future, to cover any need from different player views.
Yeah.
So Volko is one from the present, and every fighter will have his own playbook, where you can study the movements, the combinations, and also a story itself. And there will be also a single player story for each fighter.
Oh, cool! That's nice.
Yeah, so
I like
you can
that.
learn more about the fighter itself.
Do I have to do something? Because it's still looking for someone.
Yeah.
Same here. Are you sure with the server?
I'm going back. So, oh wait, it's went back to I'm going. Okay, Europe. Yes, it's on Europe. Double checking, clicking another time. Yeah, and I'm gonna click on Japan, and then free to play PvP.
Exactly.
Then I'm gonna click on Volkov again, and then ready.
Okay. Because here, of course, it's the same as for every game. I mean,
there we go. I think that's you, Nash?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Whew. I'm nervous.
You're nervous? How do you think I feel? I've never ever touched this game. Oh, wait. I have to use my... Oh, I didn't even check. So the... Oh, I don't know. What can I use? I can use the...
It's the QWER and ASDF.
Okay.
For button mashing, and then the arrows.
Oh boy.
For running or jumping or ducking.
Okay.
And that's basically it.
Just gotta smack the buttons.
I will do the same. Don't worry.
Okay, sounds good. I've played Mortal Kombat and everything, so what?
Luckily, the combos are not so complicated. So for Mortal Kombat, you basically had to learn a whole book to be able to
I never did. I just gone crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that's the difference. Serkan, just in case, if my
is it your internet not doing?
Yeah, I'm still in the office. That's the problem. I had a big day today. A lot to do. Then
it's not loading.
You jump in. Yeah,
Well, it's loading. It's not my internet. That's one thing, but
I mean, what we're currently working on is, of course, making reducing the technical requirements that are needed to play.
Yeah.
Because of course, if you need like a super high-end computer, not everyone would be able to play.
No.
And also for the mobile version that we are working on, that's we're trying to get it like super efficient and smooth running.
Okay. Can I do something?
Yeah. Seems like you have a stuck in your internet connection, Andreas.
Maybe you try. And, I apologize for that.
That's okay.
Yeah, let's gonna retry. Maybe Marcella. When you just
I just have to. Yeah. I'm back to it. Select stage again. Europe, Japan, free to play the PvP.
Yeah.
Start
I'm gonna try this
game.
time with you. So Andreas, you can.
I can relax. All right.
Okay. Can I click ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Now you're Nash.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Let's see if it works now. Because we have not so much time, so it would be lovely to play a little bit to show the people at least what it looks like.
But however, I mean, we have every Wednesday a live stream to presenting the gameplay itself.
Oh yeah, it's not loading fully the background. It's pink for me.
Okay, it's always working, but today in the show,
we have a lovely pink background, like it's matching.
Absolutely,
that's intended. That's intended.
Yeah.
Well, at least we can see the fighters. Oh wait, that's me. Okay. Normally there's a background. That's okay. Oh. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Oh, yeah, that's still me. So sad that we can't see the background though. But people can try it themselves?
Yeah. I mean, if you try it 7 times, I'm pretty sure it will work.
Oh, I don't hear you because the music's quite loud, so we're just enjoying the game for a little bit. Oh my god. I'm trying to click on things, but... Oh. Button smashing. Oh, what? No! Oh. Now I'm like eager to win. Like I'm smashing like crazy on this.
You got it, Marcella. Yeah.
I do my best. Oh no. Volkov having a hard time. Or are you just letting me win? That's also a thing.
No.
Don't let the girl just win.
He's still old school. Old school gentleman.
Well, at least I won. So, okay. Well, normally you see background, but I get the thing. So then, okay. And then you're back to the part that you can choose a area where you want to do the fighting. Okay.
So as I said, you can just watch on every Wednesday or live stream with the gameplay.
Yeah.
With background, of course.
Yeah, I put it already that we see each other, like the three of us. To quickly, not today. It's not a fighting the matchmaking Feroz. Okay, so how can people play the game? Because there is a giveaway for 3 fighter NFTs. Yeah. So first, how can they play the game? I think that you already had it in the chat. Metafighter.com/demo. How do you say that? Strapje. Like, how do you say that in English? I don't know.
Minus?
Yeah, but it's a minus game. Yeah, okay. For the people who are listening, that's the thing. I try to like tell you how it works, but all right. So the giveaway, 3 NFTs for the fighters. What you have to do is follow Metafighter _NFT plus at PvPGameHub on Twitter. and share one of the posts about this live show with the hashtag #FighterNFT, #PvPGameHub. It's all also in the chat, so it makes it a bit easier to, know what you have to do. How can people contact you guys if they want to know more, or what's the best way for you? Like if people want to contact you guys or about Metafighter?
The most quickest way would be through Telegram, of course, or Discord. So there's our community members on a daily basis really active. Also, Twitter, email, also possible. If you want to do quick, go Discord.
Go Discord. And how can they find you on Discord? Just Metafighter, or how can they know?
I can drop the link here in the chat.
Okay, if you can do it on Twitch chat, that's perfect. So yeah, I want to thank you both very much for being here. I think we could have made a 2-hour show even. So sorry, Andreas, I had to cut you, but yeah, I really want to show the game. I know that feeling very well. But we only had an hour, and I really want to show the game. Unfortunately, it was not working perfectly, but that's the thing when games, you want to show it and then it goes wrong. But people can try themselves, so try it yourself, I would say. I'm gonna thank you both very much for being here to be your guest in on the radar. And I wish you
thanks a lot. Likewise.
Very much luck. Yeah, thank you.
Show.
I wish you a lot of luck with the game. And hopefully we'll see more about it. And good luck for the people who might win an NFT. So I'm going to go to my single screen again. So I'm going to do a little waving like I always do. You guys don't see it directly, but I'm waving. So thank you. And see you guys soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And yeah, now you guys see only me here again. Thank you so much to this talk show. More time. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well. It was lovely to be back again. And the topic for the next show, that's going to be next week, is playing games in full virtual reality, VR. Very excited about that. So we're going to check that. And later this week, today's episode will be available on YouTube and podcast platforms like Spotify and Amazon and Apple Music. So if you want to listen to it in the car or anywhere that you want to just listen to it again, you can. So with that said, time for me to get some food again because it's 7 o'clock. You know what time that is. And later on, I'm going to play more video games because the day is not done yet. So thank you all so much. Have a great evening, morning, midday, afternoon, or something. And I see you all next week. Ciao, ciao.